James Clerk Maxwell. Born-death, June 13, 1831, November 5, 1879, was a Scottish mathematician and scientist responsible for the classical theory of electromagnetic radiation, which was the first theory to describe electricity, magnetism and light as different manifestations of the same phenomenon. Maxwell's equations for electromagnetism have been called the second great unification in physics, where the first one had been realized by Isaac Newton. With the publication of a dynamical theory of the electromagnetic field in 1865, Maxwell demonstrated that electric and magnetic fields travel through space as waves moving at the speed of light. He proposed that light is an undulation in the same medium that is the cause of electric and magnetic phenomena. The unification of light and electrical phenomena led his prediction of the existence of radio waves. Maxwell is also regarded as a founder of the modern field of electrical engineering. He helped develop the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, a statistical means of describing aspects of the kinetic theory of gases. He is also known for presenting the first durable color photograph in 1861 and for his foundational work on analyzing the rigidity of rod and joint frameworks, trusses, like those in many bridges. His discoveries helped usher in the era of modern physics, laying the foundation for such fields as special relativity and quantum mechanics. Many physicists regard Maxwell as the 19th century scientist having the greatest influence on 20th century physics. His contributions to the science are considered by many to be of the same magnitude as those of Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein. In the Millennium Poll, a survey of the 100 most prominent physicists, Maxwell was voted the third greatest physicist of all time, behind only Newton and Einstein. On the centenary of Maxwell's birthday, Einstein described Maxwell's work as the most profound and the most fruitful that physics has experienced since the time of Newton. Einstein, when he visited the University of Cambridge in 1922, was told by his host that he had done great things because he stood on Newton's shoulders. Einstein replied, "No, I don't. I stand on the shoulders of Maxwell." Let's look at some quotes of James Clerk Maxwell that may inspire us to grow. Thoroughly conscious ignorance is the prelude to every real advance in science. Statistical laws are not necessarily used as a result of our ignorance. Statistical laws can reflect how things really are. There are matters that can only be treated statistically. It is a good thing to have two ways of looking at a subject, and to admit that there are two ways of looking at it. I have looked into most philosophical systems and I have seen that none will work without God. Truly realized ignorance is the beginning of any real progress in science. Students who use homemade tools, who are always wrong, learn more times than students who use carefully adapted instruments, which they tend to trust and who dare not break them. Science is incompetent to reason about the creation of matter itself from design. We have reached the highest limit of our thinking ability when we have recognized that matter is impermanent and self-existent. It must have been created. All science based on the relationship between the laws of physics and the law of numbers.